string art is a snowflake. So we have the template that I created on my laptop, and I've printed that out and I've used it as a guide to pre-drill the board. If I lift it up, you can see the holes in there. I will link a video that I'm going to release soon in the description box below once I've done so, that shows the pre-drilling of a board. So that's already pre-drilled. I've got my nails here and I'm using this baby blue DMC Petra size 5 thread hammer, and I used my pliers as a guide to how deep to hammer the nails into each hole. So I will speed up the video as I hammer the nails in. If you are enjoying this video, please do give it a massive thumbs up, and if you're not already, do subscribe to be one of the first to know when I upload a new crafty inspiration video. So now I've hammered in all the nails using the pliers as a guide, as you can see, all equal in depth. So now I'm going to get my string. Like I said, I'm using this baby blue, and you tie it on, and what I do is I just do a double knot like so, and pull it really tight, like that, and then trim it off with your scissors. And then you just start wrapping around. So using your print off as a guide. So I'm starting here. So I take it to the next nail and wrap it round. And then following the guide along. So then I'm going to come out to that next nail there. Do it a couple of times around each one. Just so you get the shape of the snowflake. And then we finish that one, then we move down to the next nail. And a couple of times, and then just following the pattern around as you go. So as I go, I'll speed up the video so you can watch me string the string art. So then once you've gone around all the design, and you've got your snowflake there, so you loop it around the last one, and then what I do is I loop it around one more time. I've cut my thread to length so I can tie a knot. There we go, and loop it around and tie a knot onto that last nail there. And then I do that twice just to secure it. Doing anything else. There we go. And if you wish, obviously you can do another one. Like so. Secure it on. And I'll bring the tail round so it's in line with the other threads, so that when you cut it, it's hidden with the threads that go around your snowflake. And there we go. There is one snowflake string art. So this string art is going to be a snowman. I've got my threads here that I've got. So I've got white thread here for his face, black for his hat and his eyes and his mouth, orange for his nose, and I've got this red for the band that goes round his hat there. I've got my nails, got my hammer, got my pliers to measure how far I hammer in the nails. And then I've also got this board here, which is just a natural shade of pine. I haven't stained this one at all. And if I hold it up, you can see the pre-drilled holes. As I mentioned in the snowflake video, one of these, I will link up the video below once I release it that shows the pre-drilling of the holes. But for this now, I will speed up the video as I put in the nails into the board. So now I've nailed in all those nails there, and like you see, using the pliers gets the nails quite uniform in height. So the first colour I'm going to do, looking at this as a guide, I'm going to do his face. That's white because that's like the lower, if you look at this in layers, so the face would be underneath and then the hat would be on top with the band on top of that, and then on top of the face you've got the eyes, the nose and the mouth. So we're going to do it in that order. So we're going to do the face, and then we're going to do the hat, the band, and then the facial features. So in order to start this off, I get my white thread and then I tie it on to one of the nails that is white, and then I'm just going to weave it around. So I double knot it and then pull it tight and then cut it off close to where it's going to be. This is there. So then I literally just weave it round using the picture as a guide. I'm going to avoid his eyes, but I can go underneath his mouth, and so we'll just avoid his eyes and his nose, but we can go underneath his mouth because the mouth will go over the top of that. So you've just got to pay attention to where you're twisting the thread around and trying to make sure you cover all the space you need to in order to make sure that his face is as blocked white as you wish it to be, really. So just looking at that, that's the hat coming across there. So you've just got to sort of look at it, like I said, as you go, and then so that's his nose comes around there. So we'll just come around like that, and then we'll come up and do between his hat. Oops, gone too far. There we go, his hat there. So like I said, you've just got to pay attention. If you go too far, you just bring it back like I did just then. So I'm going to speed up the video as I wrap the white round. I'll do it as much as I feel, like I said, is necessary, and then I will show you how I tie off the string, and then we will move on to doing another colour. And then when you're ready to do the outline, so you come to the edge of your board and you wrap it around one and you go back around the other, and then you just step round the outline like that. So you wrap around the top of one, there you go, wrap it round, then come back to that one, and then back round again, and you keep going until you get to the end of where your outline finishes, which to us is just where the brim of his hat starts there. So that's the last one there. So I've done the outline of our snowman's body there. So now I'm going to tie this off. So just the same as before. So loop it round, like so. And I find if I just put my thumb or a finger on top of the nail, it stops the thread from bouncing off as you pull start. It doesn't always, but it certainly does most of the time. So there we go. And then I bring that back round so it faces into the thread, so you don't really see the tails, and cut that off. So there we go. That is the white body of our snowman. So like I said, we're next going to move on to the hat. I'm going to do it all in the same way. So then I'm going to do the hat, the top part of the hat, and then the brim. And then I'm going to line the edge of the brim, but leaving the edge where the band goes across, and I will also line the edge around there, and then I'll move on to the red, the eyes, his nose and his mouth. So I'll speed up the video while I do those.